Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 16 June 2022, Thursday night, 9 o'clock. It is time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel. We are running this sale from the Apostle P headquarters, Noble County, Indiana. Last week, I was in Pennsylvania at the GEC Rendezvous at the Cross Creek Resort. But this is just fine. I'm more familiar with these surroundings. I'll probably be a little more efficient this week. So, guys, we got a big sale. 35 sale lots, 36 items. It's all over the map. Lots of awesome stuff. Before we get into the meat of it, and there's a lot of meat, a little bit of housekeeping to get out of the way. First up, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale. I'm going to post them on the screen for you in just a moment. I'll also reprint them in the description underneath this video. Also in the description, at the very top, you will find links to 3 previous videos on the channel. The first is to my Primer for Buyers video. That is a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. And, you know, why we do things the way we do and what we expect of each other. The second link is to my FAQs for Consignors video. That will be of interest if you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your inventory. And then the third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community, who hasn't raised prices in like forever. That weighs on me, by the way, in these economic times. Yeah, my hourly wage is stagnant, and the value of my money is not, but neither is yours, so we're leaving it as is for now. Okay, so in the description, the all-important description under this video, 3 links, then the terms, and then at the very bottom, the list of tonight's inventory complete with timestamps on the left, pricing on the right. In that pricing column, you'll find 2 numbers. Usually, the one on the left is the price of the knife as shown, the one on the right as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service. And there will be next day sharpening available this week for the first 6 knives purchased to be sharpened. Those will ship tomorrow, Friday the 17th, along with all the as shown inventory. If you fall outside that first 6, expect your sharpened knife to ship in about 3 weeks. I think that's it for the housekeeping portion of tonight's video. Let's get the terms up on the screen, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. Okay, first up tonight, we've got a little crew of leftovers from last week. The first one from Heretic Knives. Inside the box, we have the Heretic Hydra in stone-washed blade finish. The Heretic is a single action out the front pocket knife. Black hard anodized aluminum handle, and then it deploys with a button that's underneath the thumb safety. So you kind of do that, then that, and then to pull back, you got to push the button, and the ripcord retracts the knife into the handle. And it is adorned with a nice hunk of carbon fiber. How about that? And then you've got the Heretic deep carry pocket clip. Pretty slick affair, actually. It rips out. So dimensions on this, 3 9/16 inches of blade. CPM 154 is the blade steel. Pretty cool spear point of fair hollow ground with some CNC file work, it looks like. Handles 5 3/8. Very nicely contoured in a variety of grips. Kind of likes that one the best in my hand. This is serial number 215, by the way. The spring is super strong. The blade flies out. It's 100% reliable. It is like new in the box. These are out of stock everywhere. When they were available, they were $425. We ran this last week at $350. We dropped it all the way down to $295 for the weekend. It is still here, boys. We're going to do $275 for this. $295 with my edge on it. That's the Heretic Hydra single action OTF. Next up, from MKM, that stands for Maniago Knife Makers, a product of Italia. And it comes in this right smart split grain Italian leather magnetic pocket slip. So this goes in your pocket, this goes outside, and it retains with that magnet. Pretty cool. Here's the knife. This is the MKM Anso root, designed by Jens Anso. So it's a titanium handled half stop slip joint. Looks like blue aluminum pivot collars. Got a very Jens Anso Wharncliffe blade. The blade steel is M390. Blade's 2 3/4 inches long. The handle is 3 13/16. Cool titanium. Well, that might be a steel back spring, probably is. But it's got an integral lanyard hole in the back spring. Very nice walk and talk, about a 7 pull. Centering is dead down the middle. Well, it was. It looks like it might be favoring the right a little bit tonight. Let's see. Oh, now it is. Condition on this is like new, in box with magnetic slip. These are in stock right now at collectorknives.net for $128. We ran it last week for $105. Dropped it down to $90 for the weekend. Still here. Your price, $75. $95 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the MKM Anso root. Next up, another one from MKM Maniago Knife Makers. This is going to be another similar knife in that same split grain Italian leather magnetic pocket slip. This is the MKM Edge. Another titanium handled half stop slip joint. This one with a full flat ground Tonto blade in M390. The blade's 2 7/8 inches in length. The handle, that bronze anodized titanium, is 3 15/16. Again, the back spacer has an integral lanyard attaching device. Pull weight, about 7, maybe 7.5. Nice walk and talk. Centering is dead on the money. Condition is like new, in box with magnetic slip. Price of these on the web at various websites around $155. We ran this one last week for $120. It stayed around for the weekend. We dropped it to $95. Still here. Let's do this week $80. $80 on the MKM Edge. And let's see, $100 if you want my edge on it. Next up, from a James brand, we've got the Pike, which is a pretty interesting little slip joint knife. The frame or handle is stainless steel. It's got a nice little tied lanyard, little noose knot. And then it's got inlays of rosewood. Interesting little shield on the butt end of the knife, which I thought was interesting. And here's the blade. It is a sheep's foot in Sandvik 12C27. Blade is 2 3/8. The handle is 3 7/16. My only complaint about this knife is the walk and talk blows. It's sort of a half stop, but then it's got this weird little hitch right here. So I'm not sure what you would call that. Pull weight is about a 7. And it does center up nicely. Condition is like new in the box. Price of these brand new at your favorite web retailer is a $129. We ran this last week for $75. It did not sell. We dropped it to $60 on Saturday. Still here. Let's do this for $50, guys. That's like 60% off-ish. The James brand Pike, and then $70 if you like my edge on it. Next up, we have arrived at the traditional slip joint pocket knife portion of tonight's sale. The first one from Great Eastern Cutlery, Titusville, PA. This is from their Tidioute cutlery line. It is a number 23 Pioneer Trapper, model 235220 in Woodland micarta. The knife is going to come with the button. And here's the knife. Woodland micarta appears to be a jigged or worm groove muslin with that modified Federal shield, satin finished nickel silver bolsters, brass liners, big beefy back springs, 4.5 inches closed length, 1095 blades. The main is going to be a drop point. Boy, does that thing need wiped. Holy moly. There we go. You got your Pioneer etch. And the secondary is a spay. Just satin, no etch. Pull weight, 8.5. Perfect walk and talk. Both blades beautifully centered. Condition, we'll call it like new in tube. At least very near mint in tube with button. These are no longer available new. We ran this one. I think does have a little bit of side play. Yes, it does. Very slight. We ran this last week for $140. Didn't sell it. On Saturday we dropped her down to $120. It's still here. Let's do $110, guys. That is a full size 4.5 inch 2-blade trapper from the finest pocket knife maker in the world. It's got to be worth $110. $140. I sharpened both blades. And be careful in your I'll take it. This is in your inventory as GEC Tidioute number 23 Pioneer Trapper 2-blade. Why? Because next up we have the twin but single blade liner lock. So this is going to be a Tidioute cutlery Pioneer Trapper number 235120L 1-blade liner lock. This will also come with the button. And this thing is dead squared away, guys. Single drop point blade, 8.5 pull, Pioneer etch. There's not even any vertical play against that liner lock, which rests on top of the blade tang. Usually you have a little vertical wiggle. No play in any direction on this knife. Centering is dead. Condition, again, near mint to like new in tube. We ran this last week at $160. It didn't sell. We dropped it to $140 for the weekend. It is still here. And guys, this is kind of the 23 to have, the single blade liner lock. This week, not $160, not $140, $120 shipped, priority mail, all in. $140. I sharpened that big old blade. That's in your inventory as GEC Tidioute number 23 Pioneer Trapper single LL for liner lock. Next up, it is time for you guys to participate in the rendezvous. I got 3 knives that I bought at the store at Great Eastern Cutlery at the rendezvous just for you guys. The first one from the Northfield unexcelled line at Great Eastern Cutlery, a number 772122, Yankee Barlow in Cocobolo. You've seen this if you watched my GEC video. Look at that Cocobolo, guys. Oh. So you saw the little red S on the tube. This is classified as a store only. However, as I said in my knife report video, I looked at it, Patty looked at it, William Howard looked at it, Bill Howard looked at it, and we all went, I don't know why we plucked this out. Because it's got perfect walk and talk. It's got very near perfect blade centering. It has no side play. It has no hafting issues. Like new in the tube. It's a beautiful example, guys. So let's see. I know you guys are used to seeing these running between like $300 and $500 on eBay. We're going to do $275 on this one. $275 on the GEC Northfield number 77 Yankee Barlow. Next up, another one of my rendezvous knives that I drove 700 miles, spent 11 hours in a car, slept outside in 50-degree weather, got rained on, just so I could buy you guys some knives. And here we go. This is a Tidioute. It's an 83 Tascosa, model 831121LB. Again, a store only, but I challenge you to find the defect. It will come with the 83 Tascosa button. And it's in Mexican bocote. And there's that wood. Just take a look, boys. There is a little, I think it's kind of a cool black streak running right through here. Lockback knife. Now, as with most GEC lockbacks, there is just the slightest bit of side play. Really no vertical to speak of. Gorgeous little clip. 3 3/8 inches closed. Little swell center curved trapper platform. Centering is, well, for the moment, it's dead down the middle. Condition, of course, like new in the tube. Again, guys, I can't find anything on this knife that would make me designate it as store only. Nor could either of the Howards, by the way. These are doing between $175 and $300 in this cover material, sold listings on eBay. This one could be all yours. Shipped, priority mail, all in. $160 like it is. $175 with my edge on it. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. The GEC Tidioute number 83 Tascosa. Next up, and my final rendezvous knife for knife sale night. This is a Great Eastern Cutlery Tidioute Cutlery Barlow number 14. Nowhere on it does it say Lick Creek. This is all Bill, right? Model 141122 in goldenrod saw cut bone. And guys, what a beauty. Look at the bone. It's beautifully dyed, beautifully saw cut. Love the square end. It does have just a little bit of that rag going on, which is cool. All steel construction, bolsters, liners, and blade. It's got that stunning TC Barlow clip with the good as gold etch And it sort of has a gold hue, which is kind of cool. Long pull, cut swedge. Nice walk and talk. A little hydraulic. Blade centering on this one. Well, it's very slightly to the right as you're looking at it. Of course, condition like new in tube. Let's do on this one 185. How's that sound? 185 for the GEC Tidioute number 14 TC Barlow. That's all of my GECs, but I got one more from a consignor from the Tidioute cutlery line at GEC. We have the Yeti in Yeti Ivory Acrylic. Yeah, the number 88 Sowbelly in Yeti Ivory Acrylic. So this is a little different color than the unicorn acrylic. This is almost like snow white. And I doubt that my camera will pick up the internal figuring very well, because that white it washes out so doggone easily. But it has a fair amount, especially here on the mark side. Got the houndstooth shield. Now the 88 Sowbelly, not a dainty knife. 4 inches closed length. The special clip has about an 8 pull. And the etch on this apparently says Yeti in some language where they have Yetis. See if I can get it to catch. There you go. Superb walk and talk. Secondary lamb foot with the PPP, Patty's Potato Peelers etch on the mark side of the secondary blade. Both blades really close to dead down the middle. Condition on this, I guess we're going to say it is like new in tube. Whoops. Like new in tube with button. So let's see. These are running between 185 and 250 in various states over a pair on eBay. Let's do 210 on this one. 240 with my edge on both blades. The GEC Tidioute number 88 Yeti Sowbelly. Next up, from WRK Sons Cutlery Company, we have a Blade Show exclusive number 6249 Copperhead. This one in stainless steel. And it's going to have dark red standard jig bone with a script shield with an enameled American flag. So the Copperhead, 3 15/16 inches closed length nickel silver bolsters and end caps. Little Case USA stamp on the end cap. Brass liners. Half stop knife. Whoa, focus, baby. Come on. There we go. Clip point main. About a 7 pull. Nice walk and talk. Secondary big usable pen blade. Got a couple of scratches on the pen blade, but nicely done all together. Blades, the pen is centered. The main blade is off to the left a little. We're going to say near mint in box. And we'll do this for 60 bucks. 60 bucks like it is, 85 sharpened. Next day sharpening available if you're one of the first 6. That's the case 6249 SS Copperhead shot exclusive. Next up, another one from WRK Sons Cutlery Company. This one is a number 6347 SS Stockman with persimmon orange smooth bone covers. And guys, these covers are something else. Would you look at that? Got the double X shield, the slanted bolsters. Gorgeous bone on that thing. So you got a main clip on a cam, pull weight about a 7, maybe a 6.5. Nice walk and talk. Center blade's a little sheep's foot. Nice walk and talk. And then the third blade is the little spay. Very nice blade alignment, only minimal rub. Very, very near mint. You could almost call it like new in box. And it's 3 13/16 inches closed. Let's do on this one 65 like it is. 100 I sharpen all 3 blades. It's the case 6347 SS Stockman. Next up, from a company that sort of burst on the scene with a rather interesting blade material. This is from Terrain 365, and it's sort of their flagship model, I guess you could say. This is the Invictus-ATB. So we've got a titanium bolster lock knife, basically a titanium frame lock, milled to accept these OD green canvas micarta scales. Looks a lot like a triple-aught design Dauntless, doesn't it? I don't know what the relationship is, but there must be one. Milled titanium clip, non-inserted titanium frame lock. Apparently, they're pretty happy with their carburization process, and they should be because it's really good. Okay, you've got 4 5/8 inches of closed length and a 3.5 inch blade from a material called Terravantium, which is not steel. Apparently it is a cobalt alloy, impervious to corrosion, and I believe extreme wear resistance, if I understand it right. It is a titanium bolster lock, as I said. Ball bearing pivot with thumb stud deployment. Great detent. Very cool. Lanyard post hidden, like that. Condition on this one, going to be like new in the box. These are out of stock. They were $380 web price when they were available. They are gone, and they are red hot. Your price on this one, $400 like it is, $425 with my edge on it. I assume I can sharpen this stuff. I never have. That's the Terrain 365 Invictus ATB. Next up, another one from Terrain 365. This one is their Otter Slipjoint. So it's shaped like a Barlow, although it does not have a bolster like a Barlow. Okay, and it's got a bail on the back. The handle material, or the scales, are kind of a blue-gray blasted G10, slightly crowned. Closed length is 3 15/16, and it's got a spear point blade, almost full flat ground with a long pull and a cut swedge. Also in Terravantium, so not steel, a cobalt alloy, super hard, impervious to corrosion. And so it's a half-stop slip joint knife. Pull weight, I'm going to say 7.5. Nice walk and talk. Centering dead down the middle. Condition, we'll say like new in the box. I think these with the G10 sold for something like $250, $275. They are gone. This one can be yours for $180 like it is. $205 with my edge on that blade. That is the Terrain 365 Otter Slip Joint. Next up, haven't had one of these in a while. From TwoSun Knives, made in Yangzheng, China. Just put it on the box, all you wusses. I don't care if your company sounds American, if you're an American, if you're paying the Chinese to make you a knife, say it on the box. Have some balls. TwoSun does. Okay, what do we got here? It's the TS-174. So we got a titanium handle, milled titanium clip. We have some kind of a micarta product. It almost looks like snakeskin. Okay. Handle length is 3 13/16. The blade is a broad Warncliffe in D2 blade steel, 2 15/16. So Pretty nice blade to handle ratio. Inserted titanium frame lock, rock solid lockup. Nice and smooth. Dead center. Ball bearing pivot with thumb studs. How about that? Or you can front flip it, sort of, I guess. If you knew how to front flip, and I don't. Okay? We'll call it like new in the box. Don't have any idea how much it was new, but it's got to be worth this. $79 like it is, $99 with my edge on it. The TwoSun TS 174. Next up, yeah, from Chris Reeve Knives, we just have an anyway. Now, what's wrong with this picture? I guess for some period of time, in February of 2019, they weren't putting the steel on the card, but that's what it looks like. It says S35 on the box, though. Here you go, guys. It is an Numzan. Look it over close. There are very few marks, and I think they're all on the clip. And let's see. What else we got going? Misfire. Says Little Bill. There we go. Drop point blade. Now this has my edge on it, but it's been used a little. I think it might have even seen some ceramic. So it's got my edge on it, but it's probably time to do it again. Just so, oh, it's beautifully smooth. This is wearing a bronze lanyard post, which is pretty interesting. And I don't think the lanyard's in the box. Let me look. I don't think it is. Talk amongst yourselves, boys and girls. Box. Nope, the lanyard is not in the box. Like anybody ever uses them. You know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to call this near mint in box. Just so you know, I know you've been looking anyway, but I'll tell you. Just so you know. Secondary prices of Numzan sold listings on eBay between $525 and $780. This one's a pretty doggone nice example, and we're going to come in right at the bottom of that range. $525 like it is, $545 my edge on it. That is the Chris Reeve Numzan TAP. Next up, it's time to go to Escanaba. But wait, it's not time to go to Escanaba for like another week, and I will. But we have a model I've never had in hand, the Bravo Alpha in CPM 3V with orange fire burlap, double yellow liners, and black pins. Are you kidding me? Really? Not only that, but it is a first production run at knife. So basically, it's a beefy Bravo Kephart. 3/16 stock, it looks like. 5 3/16 inches of blade. 4 3/4 inches of handle. And look at that orange burlap and that yellow and that black. Do I need to say anything about the Bravo handle? I don't think I do. There is the show side. So I'm going to call it near mint in box because you might be able to see a little hazy patina in some areas. The sheath is a Jenna Martin skin bender leatherworks design with a snap cover, and then it's got some variable attachment devices in the box. Looks like the knife's never been in it. So yeah, this knife would have sold new, web price for about $315. You can buy this one unmolested, guys. Let's see. Yeah, there's no edge wear. $250 like it is. $280 with my edge. Next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6. the Bark River Bravo Alpha. Next up, I've never seen one of these until today. I thought, man, that's an awful fancy box for a pocket clip. Well, it doesn't have just a pocket clip in it. This is the Casey Lynch NW All Access Pass version 2.5, and this is the special Fade Anno Knife Joy exclusive. It almost looks like some kind of a whale. This has got a custom tied lanyard with a titanium bead. And shock of shocks, it's got a Casey Lynch deep carry titanium pocket clip. It's a pry bar. It's a bottle opener. It's a conversation piece. It's man jewelry. It can be yours, like new in box, for $105. No need to sharpen. And next up, and that's going to say Knife Joy Fade, okay? Because we've got another one that's not a Knife Joy Fade, but it is also a Lynch NW All Access Pass version 2.5 titanium pocket pry bottle tool. This one is in OD green Cerakote with a little cord lanyard, kind of like a tether cord. Very, very nice match. Deep carry titanium Casey Lynch clip, pry bar, bottle opener. It almost smiles at you like a goldfish. And it's got sort of a target with a quill in it on the back. So yeah, this one can be yours. $100. 100 like it is. No need to sharpen. That is the Lynch NW All Access Pass version 2.5 OD pry bar. Next up, we have a flashlight from Olight. This is the i5T EOS in raw copper. Looks just like the picture. Shocking. It is 3 1/8 inches long, plus the button. It's got a two-way clip, so pocket or cap. It's an LED flashlight. 2 settings, clicky tail cap button. You'll have to look up the lumens because I was too lazy. Takes a AA battery. Only slight patina keeping it from being brand new. But it's definitely near mint. Out of stock everywhere. Kind of a little chunk, but kind of a nice light. I like it. Your price on this one, guys, $50. No need to sharpen. The Olight i5T EOS in copper. Next up. Uh-oh. I bet nobody's going to want to buy this. I mean, why would you want to buy an SR1 baton with an American flag barrel? I don't know. Nobody's going to want that. Nah. So it comes with this here handy dandy magnetic USB charger. I charged it up right before this video, as a matter of fact. I don't think that charger ever been out of the box. So this one has the side mounted clicky switch. There we go. 3 modes. And it is, I forgot to measure, I think it's like 2.5 inches long. Kind of a chunk, but it's got the two-way pocket clip, cap or pocket. Pretty nice little light. Oh wait, 1,000 lumens it says. It is like new in the box. These are out of stock new. They're selling this model with the flag. Sold listings on eBay between $75 and $170. Who would pay that? I don't know. This, I mean, $75, nice deal. $170? You gotta be kidding me. But this one, like new in the box with all the goodies, $75. The Olight S1R Baton 2 Patriotic. Next up, Uh-oh. I got stuff falling lights. Okay. From the Benchmade Knife Company, Oregon City, Oregon, we have a 560 BK-1. It only says freak on the box, but you and I know. You and I know, don't we? It's a super freak. Super freak. It's super freaky. Why is it super? Well, because it's got milled black and gray G10 with red liners and red hard anodized aluminum standoffs. It's got a Parkerized split arrow clip. All the hardware is black. The blade is Cerakoted. CPM M4. And by the way, this one, free dropping blade. Dead perfect centering. And 0 blade play. Condition, near mint to like new in box. They are back in stock. You can buy a new one at your favorite web retailer for $2.25, or you could just buy this one. It should be more, and I already bumped up my seller's price a little bit, but it should be more because it's about a perfect example, and it's about brand new. $180 like it is, $205 my Edge, Benchmade Super Freak, and that, my friends, is the Rob's pick for tonight's sale. Next up, from the Kershaw Knife Company, made in USA, we've got an 1870 BLK-BW knockout. So the blade must be, or the handle must be black, and the handle must be black washed. So there's your black hard anodized aluminum handle, backwards flag, deep carry clip, steel subframe lock, speed safe, spring assisted flipper action, 14C28 end blade with the black wash, rock solid lockup, and yes, it is a Blades We Love flag Anso. Oh, just some slight trails in that Anso. I think you can see it in the white. No apparent edge wear whatsoever. Rock solid lockup. Lockup is just about 50%, about right where you want it. And the blade centering is about perfect. So condition, we'll say near mint in box. They are out of stock. This one can be yours. $75 like it is, $95 with an TheApostleP Edge. The Kershaw 1870 BLK BW BWL flag Anso. Knockout. Wow. Mouthful. Next up. Oh my. I think you guys might like this one. It's from ProTech. But not just ProTech. What is a faster, easier deployment method than an Emerson Wave on a CQC7? How about we just push the button? I need to zoom out. There we go. Oh, that's the CQC7 from ProTech. It is the model GP.CQC7.T3 Auto. DLC blade, two-tone on the chisel ground side, so you got satin flats. 154 cm blade, 3 1/4 inches long, 4 5/8 inches of handle. It looks like a natural canvas micarta. It might be OD green after you get it worn in a little bit. And then you got the black hard anodized aluminum frame side. Looks like a DLC Emerson clip. Yeah, it's a CQC7, but it's a ProTech CQC7. Lockup, it's very solid. You can muscle a little wiggle in it, but nothing major. Blade centering is perfect, chisel grind notwithstanding. Deployment is quick. Condition is going to be like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were 200 bucks, web retail. This one can be yours, 175 like it is, 200 with my edge on it, and next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. That's the ProTech Emerson GP CQC7 T3 Auto. Next up, well, they did it again. It's another ProTech, but this is a ProTech Strider SNG automatic. This is the Knife Center exclusive with the black and orange G10, I think. Is that G10? Oh, micarta. Black and orange micarta with machined texture. It might look burgundy, but trust me, it is orange. DLC blade, button lock automatic, 154 cm, 3.5 inch blade, 4 11/16 inch handle. The frame side of the handle is hard anodized black aluminum. Got your Strider clip, rock solid lockup. Blade centering is. I think it might favor the right slightly. Condition is like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were available at Knife Center, they were $260. This one can be yours for a bargain. $225 like it is. $245 with my edge on it. Next day sharpening available if it's one of the first 6. Next up, man, I think everybody but me has one of these. From Demko Knives, we have an AD20.5 shark lock clip point, OS 10A steel, made in Taiwan. We love the Taiwanese knife makers. Gray grivery, very nice texture, very nice ergos. The shark lock, it's like a sliding lock back, provides its own thumb ramp. Very cool. Let's see, it's a Demko. Is the lockup rock solid? You bet it is. The action's perfect on ball bearing pivot. Centering is down the middle. Right hand tip up clip installed. The lefty clip is in the box. We'll call it like new in box. They are out of stock in this configuration. When they were available, they had a web price of $150. This one can be yours at $125 like it is. $145 with my edge. The Demko AD20.5. Next up, from Spyderco, we got a Paramilitary 2. This is the S30V OD Green G10 DLC blade. JB Outman distributor exclusive. All black hardware. So new, nobody ever moved the clip. S30V blade. The knife is pristine. Perfect lockup, free dropping blade, and dead centering. How you gonna beat that? I remember when these things were bringing a ton of money. They have come back down to earth. We're gonna do on this one $150 like it is, $170 with an ApostleP Edge. That is the Spyderco Pair 2 OD DLC. Next up, it's another Spidey. This one is a Delica Zome GITD for glow in the dark. I'm not doing a limb shot. There you go. We've seen it before. So the base material, the FRN, is glow in the dark, and then the black Zome sprinkled all the way through. Fully pigmented. Full flat ground blade. VG10. Rock solid lockup. Nice free action. And a Delica with perfect centering. You kidding me? Condition on this one is like new in the box. These are available online right now for $101 at your favorite web retailer. Or just pay me $80 for this one. All in, shipped, priority mail. $100 if you'd like my edge on it. And next day sharpening is available if it's one of the first 6. That's the Delica FFG GITD Zome. Next up, here's a Spidey I have not seen. It's a Tenacious, but it's a red check G10. Which is interesting because it looks pretty purple to me. But it's red check G10, so it's kind of natural G10 for most of its thickness, and then a few layers of that red check. Maybe it's just because it's not. If it were polished, I bet it would be red. So this is a squared away Tenacious, guys. You got your HCR13 blade, 3 3/8, 4 3/8 handle. There's your lock engagement right where you want it. Action nice and smooth, if not super free. Centering is dead. Condition is like new in the box. These are out of stock. When they were available, they were $48. Spyderco minimum advertised pricing. They're gone. But you can buy this one for $40, shipped priority mail. $60 with my edge on it. That's the Spyderco Tenacious red check. Okay, now we've got 5 coming up from Frank Velez, Steel Sharp Knives. The first one, we're calling it the Steel Sharp Maple Sheep's Foot. It has 01 blade steel, stonewash blade, flat ground, sheep's foot in shape, curly maple handle with blue liners, brass pins, and a lanyard with a deer antler bead and a leather sheath. Here we go. There's the leather sheath, nicely tooled, nice welt, very well done. Riveted belt loop. And here's the knife. I would call that an acid stonewash. Look at that curly maple, guys. Blade length on this one, 2 3/4, 3 7/8 inches of handle. Stock looks to be where the blade comes out of the handle, about 1/8 of an inch with a very high saber grind. There's your lanyard with your deer antler bead. Very nice. Good job, Frank. So we're doing on this one $175 like it is. $195 if you like my edge on it. That is the Steel Sharp Maple Sheep's Foot. Next up, our second Steel Sharp knife of the night. We're calling this the Steel Sharp Maple Drop Point. It is made from 01 tool steel, drop point configuration, convex ground, hammer finish on the flats, bird's eye maple, brass pins, antler bead lanyard, and a leather sheath. Again, nice work on the sheath, Frank. Nice fitment. There's your blade. It is nicely convexed. Thinner than an 1/8, probably down around 90 thousandths to 100. Bird's eye maple handle. Again, nice custom tied lanyard and an antler bead. Blade length 3 1/8, handle length 4 1/8. How is it in hand? Pretty doggone nice. Nice file work on the crown spine. This one, $175. Brand new from the maker, $195 if you'd like it with my edge on it. The Steel Sharp Maple Drop Point. Next up, another Steel Sharp by Frank Velez. We'll call this one the Steel Sharp Lacewood Harpoon Sheep's Foot. He says drop point. I say harpoon sheep's foot. You'll see why. Hammer finish, hand rubbed satin, lacewood handles, black liners, brass pins, and a leather sheath. I forgot to measure this. It looks like about 3 inches and maybe like 3 3/4. That lacewood, very interesting, don't you think? Black liners. Interesting. Handle is a little short, but very cool finishing. See why I said a harpoon? I don't know. Maybe it's a harpoon spear. Hard to tell. Anyway, you're going to see it as harpoon sheep's foot. Your price on this one, guys, $170 like it is. $190 with my edge. It's in your inventory as steel sharp lacewood harpoon sheep's foot. Next up. Oh, long reach. Another one from Steel Sharp Knives by Frank Velez. You're going to see this in your inventory as the Steel Sharp Bocote Tanto. Blade steel is 8670, which is some pretty killer chrome moly, high carbon steel. You could make axles out of this stuff. Very high-tech alloy. I wonder where you got that. Flat ground, hammer finish, Bocote wood, handle, double blue liners, brass pins, and a leather sheath. Here you go. Nice dangle. Nice fit. Oh, look at that Tanto blade. Are you kidding me? That's about 3 and, I don't know, 9/16, 3 3/4, something like that. I forgot to measure it. That's a hand filler, guys. Could you? Yeah, you could. Gorgeous hunks of Bocote. Double thick blue liners. Very cool. Brand new from the maker. Your price on this one, $225 like it is. $250 with an ApostleP Edge. Is the Steel Sharp Bocote Tanto. Next up is our last steel sharp knife of the evening, and it's a really long reach. Looks like this one's going to have a dual carry option. Oh yeah. So go vertical, go small of the back. Let's see what Frank says about this. I'm calling it the Steel Sharp Osage Orange Clip Point 01 tool steel. Hunter blued finish, convex ground, Osage orange wood handles, brass pins, leather sheath. Blade length on this one is 4 1/4. It's got that sort of Iron Mistress look to it, doesn't it? Four and a half inches of handle. And that super cool leather sheath. Your price on this one, guys, $190 like it is, $210 with my edge on it. That is the Steel Sharp Osage Orange Clip Point. Next up, the last item in the sale is a twofer. We're calling this the Cold Steel Badass Combo. 2 fixed blades from Cold Steel. You're going to love this. First one. Cold Steel Recon Tanto in SK5 in the crinkle finish. So we've got Crayex handle, SK5 blade, 4 3/4 inches of handle, 7 inches of blade. It's a classic. It needs no introduction. You got your Crayex sheath with snap retention as well as molded retention. It is near mint, no box. And then you're also going to get, this knife is hilarious. It's got a rubber wrapped hollow steel handle, a Crayex sheath with fire steel. This is the Cold Steel Bushman. Look, it's made out of one piece of, I don't know, what would you call that? I don't know, it's like stamped and welded and then wrapped with rubber. It's SK5. They sell these brand new for $17. So I don't know. It's pretty nice. No box. So here's the deal, guys. The Recon Tonto, and these are both made when Lynn Thompson still owned the company. Recon Tonto sells online for 50 bucks. This sells for 17. And this price I'm going to give you is shipped. Priority mail. 60 bucks for the pair. 60 bucks for the pair. Shipped priority mail, no sales tax. Both very fine examples. And Lynn's not there anymore, but he was then. So let's see. 30 for me to sharpen the Recon Tonto. I'm sorry, 35, and then 30 if you want me to sharpen the Bushman. So that's the deal. Let's see. That's it for this one, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking.